Views and opinions expressed do not necessarily represent those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting group. Get involved with Access Fort Wayne and make your own television programming. Call 421 1250 to find out more.
Something smells good. I wonder what Lynn's cooking today.
Hey, Lynn, what's cooking?
Now here's your host, Lynn Austin.
Hi everyone, welcome to Hey Lynn, What's Cooking? And in the kitchen today, it's me because I am doing a special show in support of my nephew Eddie, who is battling testicular cancer. And he is doing a great job battling, and so I wanted to support him because the month of April is Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. And before Eddie was diagnosed, I really had no clue that April was that month. And it's just like kind of when you see, when you're affected with something in your family, it's brought to attention and you are aware of it. So that's where we get awareness. So I'm very happy to bring this to you, and I want to spread the word that, like we know, October is girls, get the girls checked. Guys, it's time to get the boys checked. And all I have to say, it's baseball month, so you can kind of do the tie-in there with that, and remember to check, no matter what age you are, get them checked, okay? So with that being said, I want to do a toast to my nephew Eddie in support, because it's Eddie's fight and we are supporting him, and it's everybody's fight. And that's what I wanted to tell you guys, that if you are helping somebody, because cancer is everywhere, it knows no gender, no race, no age. And I'm finding that out through my life, that we've been affected in my family numerous times with cancer, and now we're being affected at a younger age of somebody that we really didn't think that would be affected by it. So everybody is going to be affected by this, either if you're a friend or relative. So today I wanted to share some recipes that my sister had given me, because this is her son Eddie, that can help somebody that is going through treatments that would just make things a little bit easier, from an Italian slushy that helps with the stomach and calm the stomach down, or mouth sores from the treatments, to just an old-fashioned Vanishing oatmeal cookie, which my mom used to make. But I found out that some cancer patients like the softness of foods and not so much of like texture, like a little rough, and then it's easier to digest. And then we have a blueberry compote, or compote, whatever way you want to say it, you know. But that's going to go on oatmeal, and oatmeal is a friendly food that my nephew likes before he goes to treatment, and he gets that in. And blueberries are one of the superfruits. So there are superfruits that they talk about, and blueberries are good for you. I love blueberries, and blueberries, I've always said if I was going to be a fruit, I'd be a blueberry. So it's good to be a blueberry, because blueberries are very good for you, even if you're not in a fight, or just you are in a fight. Blueberries are awesome for you. So we're going to move on to that blueberry mixture that we're going to put on our oatmeal or cereal or yogurt, whatever you prefer, but we're going to get that going in the saucepan. And what it is about 1.5 cups of fresh blueberries. And if you are using, oh, I forgot to toast. Oh my gosh, I always do my show with a toast. So here's to everybody. Here's to health and happiness and getting on the road to recovery. There. I love champagne. And you know what? And if you have a family member that's going through chemo, just use cranberry juice with a little bit of Sprite, and always make them feel special. Put it in a special glass and do a toast. So we got fresh blueberries, but if you don't have fresh blueberries, you can use frozen. And to these fresh blueberries, because they're not frozen and they don't have the water from being frozen, we're going to add a little bit of water to the blueberries. So we have a little bit of water. And this also calms down the stomach too, because when you're going through treatments, those drugs just, you're putting drugs in your system to help get rid of what's bad, but then it makes you feel bad for some time. But you need some things that kind of help you along with feeling awful. And this is ginger root that I have had smashed up here and into the blueberries, because that helps your stomach as well. And some lemon zest into the blueberries. It smells so good. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. And to that, we're going to add, for a little bit of sweetness, some maple syrup. It's about maybe 2 teaspoons of maple syrup. And it starts out like this, and then it cooks down to that, and it's so good. Oh my gosh, you can even put it on pancakes, French toast. Oh, yum. Okay. And a little bit of water we put in there, and we're just going to simmer this. That's why I wanted to start this right away, because we don't have that much time, and I wanted it to cook down. And you just put it on a low flame, and you occasionally stir it till it bubbles and cooks down. So, and I tell you, the ginger and the lemon in there smells so good. So now we're going to move on to the watermelon I have a hard time pronouncing this, granita, which is an Italian coursed, basically a slushy, but it's on a coarse side, and you can see I made some earlier, and you just scrape it. And you can imagine that that would help if your stomach's not feeling well. You just kind of want some like crushed ice, and it's flavorful, because we're going to put in here in the food processor or a blender, because not everybody has a food processor, is watermelon chopped up. I love the smell of watermelon. Even though it's April and you can find them, and this was like one of those small watermelons that are seedless, they call it a personal size watermelon, but they have watermelon that's already chopped up for you in the produce section, so you don't have to even do that. Because you know what, I figure if you're taking care of somebody that is going through treatments, you kind of want to get things done on a quicker scale, and so you can go ahead and just buy the one that's already chopped up. Save that watermelon juice, because the person that's not going through chemo could always make a cocktail, because it's stressful. If you want a cocktail, it's real. You can have a cocktail. Some lemon juice, bottled or fresh squeezed, and I have some bottled lemon juice, and I am going to squeeze some fresh in here as well. That smells so good. And then to that, we're going to add some honey. About 2 tablespoons of honey for the sweetness. All natural honey. I'm just going to plug this in because I get nervous with my food processor. I don't want it to go all over the place. Okay, we are good. And we're going to pour this in a container that can be put in the freezer till it's frozen, a few hours, maybe 4 hours or overnight. And then I will show you guys what we have here after that. Now it's not smooth. You're going to have watermelon in there, so you're still getting a taste of the chunks of watermelon, but they're not really big. And you know what? Hold on one second, because I hear my blueberries and they're telling me that they're ready to be stirred here. Oh, it smells good, and I've lost a couple. That's okay. Like I said, this takes maybe 20 minutes or so to get that down to this right here. So just got to be patient with it. That takes a little while. So we're going to put this in the freezer, and it's going to come out. That's going to go in a little bit later. Alrighty. Into the freezer, and we're going to sample this, and you just scrape it. And my sister said, because she actually is taking, helping out with my nephew, with taking him to treatments, and she said that the person who is not going through the treatments can add a little something into the slushie. So use your imagination, and the one that you're taking care of and helping out can have this version, and then you can have the other version, which the champagne would be good in here too. So. Delicious. Delicious. And then she said that that helps with sores in your mouth, stomach upset, the lemon, the watermelon, the coldness is perfect. So that is delicious. So we'll put that over here. So we have our blueberry mixture going, and I'm going to stir it again because, like I said, it kind of tells you, if you don't watch it, you don't want blueberries exploding all over your kitchen. But even if you don't have a family member or you hear of a friend, like I said, cancer it's all around us. It's something that people really don't want to talk about too much. But I think now everybody is, like, the times are changing, and you're going to be affected by it. So, and for myself, it was something that I was like, oh my gosh, if I talk about it, is this going to happen? Or it just, your mind just goes everywhere. But you have to talk about it. And if you know somebody and you want to help out, just make them something and bring it over, and they will appreciate it, because no matter if they're saying they're fine, they're not really fine, because they're going to have some good days and some bad days. So you bringing something over or being there for them will bring a smile to their face. Trust me. So we're going to move on to these old-fashioned Vanishing oatmeal cookies, and my mom used to make them all the time. It was all the time. They're like old school, and it's softened butter, which we have in my mixer, and they're chewy and they're soft, and they're good to digest, but they're also good to just, it's an old-fashioned feeling of comfort. It's a comfort food. That's what I want to say. It's a comfort food. So we have the butter going, and to the butter we're going to add some sugar, and we're going to cream the butter and the white sugar with the light brown sugar. We're going to cream that first. It's going to get loud for a second. Oh, that smells good. Brown sugar and butter, I mean, you just can't go wrong. Okay, vanilla is going to go in there. And a couple eggs. Gonna mix that together. And we're gonna mix this, and we're gonna let this sit for a second. So we're going to let that sit for a second. And our dry ingredients is flour, baking soda, and cinnamon. Who doesn't love cinnamon? I love cinnamon. It just smells so good. Now you can make these in a cookie, or you can put them in a pan. I opted to do the pan because I figure if you are helping somebody out, you want to get it there quicker and you want it to last a little longer. And I have a feeling, I feel like pan cookies go a little bit longer, and you can cut them up and the sizes that you want. So I decided to do a pan cookie, and it's just, like I said, it's just a little quicker. My sister said her husband likes the cookies, but the pan cookies are 1, 2, 3, and you get them in the pan and you just leave them, and then you can do something else. So we're just going to add this dry mixture to the wet. Put this down a little bit. Okay. And not to mention, well, I shouldn't talk while the mixer's going here. Hold on one second. Perfect. Okay. Take that off of here. I don't know why I don't make oatmeal cookies more than what I do, because the house smells so good. And it's just like one of those candles you burn and you have oatmeal cookies afterwards, and they're so delicious. 1 second, I am going to take a break and stir our blueberries. Oh yeah, they're heating up perfectly. Delicious. Okay, we're going to get all the goodness off the beater here. It is so quiet in here. Just like talking to myself. Delicious. Now you know what happens when you're not on camera. Everybody knows what happens when you're not on camera. Like somebody's going to lick this beater here, right? Mm-hmm. That is good stuff right there. And my mom would take so much time taking every bit of batter off of there, but we don't have that much time, so I got to kind of hurry it up a little bit. She would say, now, Lynn, that's a whole cookie left on there. You can get another cookie on there. I'm like, okay, Mom, I'll just rather lick it. It's going to set this on the counter, and whoever gets at it first, have fun with it. Okay, so we're going to add some oats to our mixture and some raisins. Yummy. Get that off the side of the bowl and just mix these by hand. And oops, flying oats. Like I said, I'm not going to do individual cookies. I'm just going to put them in a pan so we can get moving and going to where we need to go. Because either if you're bringing somebody to a treatment or you're sitting with them, you want to just do something that's quick and easy. Oh, perfect. Perfect, perfect. Oh, this smells so good with the cinnamon and the raisins and the brown sugar. It smells so good. And this is going to go in a 350 oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. And this doesn't have to be a greased pan either, because you have lots of butter in there. So that all into the pan. And I have a little baggie over here that I like to use to press that in there to the pan, and then you don't get your hands so messy. So it's going to cook 350 oven for 25 to 30 minutes until golden brown. And your house will smell so incredible. And a comforting smell. I love to use these baggies because then you don't get your rings all messy and you don't have to take off your rings. I remember my mom used to do that all the time, and then she'd be like, oh, put your rings in a safe place because you don't want to lose them. But I don't think she'd be happy that I was wasting a bag. But that's okay. Just going to press this down. Remember, I said you don't have to grease the pan because there's butter in your dough. And if you don't like the raisins in oatmeal cookies, then you can leave the raisins out. Or if you don't like the dark raisins, you can use the golden raisins. That would work. Or you can even put nuts in here if you prefer nuts. But we're going to leave it without nuts. That's kind of funny. Okay, I just had a little joke. It's Testicular Cancer Month. I had to okay, you know me. I had to go there for a second. Guys, you know you were all thinking of it when I said it. Okay, we're going to leave the nuts out, but be mindful of the nuts. That's all. Okay, we're going to press this down, stick this in the oven. Because it's kind of like a granola bar, almost, when you cut it. There's no honey in it, but it's in the same lines of a granola bar. I can't begin to tell you how good this smells. Oh my goodness. And you know what? When I stick this in the oven, we are going to go back to my blueberries that are simmering on the stove. We're going to put this aside. Okay, and we're going to stick this in the oven. Yum, yum, yum. We have Eddie's t-shirt up here. It's Eddie's fight right there. Going to remember to fight for Eddie here. Okay, like I said, this is going to take maybe 20 minutes or a little bit more, but it cooks down beautifully. Frozen or fresh blueberries. Either one, and blueberries are awesome. Okay. Clean that up a little bit. And this is the result of the blueberries right here. And I just made a bowl of oatmeal and just place that on top. Oh, that smells so good because there's ginger in there and the lemon and the cooked down blueberries. Oh, that smells delicious. And then here are the Vanishing bars that I cut up into cookies. And I have to take a bite of one of these. Oh, of course I drop. Okay. That's delicious. That just brings you back. I think like oatmeal cookies were a thing of the 70s. And it just, for all of us, it just screams love. Absolutely love, and just warms you up, and my gosh. Delicious. Okay, one more bite. Oh. Okay, Mama. You'd be proud. Okay. That's good. So. Have to chew my cookie. Place that right here. Okay, so our blueberries are not quite done yet, but I want you to see how they're cooking down, and they have a nice glossy look to them. And if you could smell the ginger, it's the fresh ginger. Oh, it smells so good with the lemon, and that will in no time at all cook down to the blueberry mixture that's right here. Like I said, you can put that on pancakes, waffles, your oatmeal, your yogurt, whatever you have time for that morning or whatever you want to make. We did our oatmeal cookies and our watermelon slushy, which is quite delicious and packed with so much flavor that easily will help your stomach if your stomach is irritated. I just feel like I think we kind of covered everything here. We did cover everything, and it's just if you are knowing somebody that's battling or battling yourself, these are easy things that you can make that aren't too complicated, that will give you some comfort in feeling a little bit better in the battle that you're going through or your loved one that's going through. And like I said, here's to what got me to this show. And like I said, it was kind of personal today. My nephew, but to anybody that you know and that you love, just go the extra mile and treat them with something special, either the oatmeal cookie or the slushy or the blueberry fruit spread, whatever you feel like making that you know that's going to help them, and these will help them feel a little bit better, but they have that fight. And here's to everybody that is fighting, and keep fighting, and your loved ones that are helping you, here's to you too. And just help one another and love one another, because you never know when you're going to be affected by something that's going to kind of throw you off guard a little bit. But thank you for tuning into Hey Lynn, What's Cooking. I hope this has helped you out just a little bit. And remember, guys, it's just not the girls to get the girls checked. The boys have to get the boys checked. So here's to the month of April, to Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. And boys, check them. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.